Well, I think the most important thing to remember when you're dealing with kids in this program is that their lives and their situations are very different, and they can be very heavy, and they do have a lot going on. I think especially when you're thinking about the parents of the kids, their lives a lot of times are very chaotic, and they're dealing with a lot of things. This is just a very small part of their child's life to them. You need to remember that and not think like, oh, they're ignoring me or they're not making time for me. They have other things that they need to put above that, and that's okay. And it's good because there are a lot of things that they should put before it, but you have to remember it's not about you, it's about their life and the things that are going on in it.
It's critical not to take things personally. Every child's going to lash out at different times and in different ways, and the triggers could come from anywhere. It could be from the environment you're in at the time. It could be from something that happened at school 2 weeks ago.
I have been on a couple of calls where a little may have acted out with the big, and we, for some reason, get called. And a lot of times for bigs, it's a situation they've never encountered before, or they may not have an understanding on why the little is acting like that. And so having an understanding that the coping skills may not be there for the little, and to understand that the little is probably experiencing stress beyond all belief, and we sometimes don't even know an ounce of what that kiddo is going through.
It could be something in my own home. For me personally, a trigger was when my husband would be home. She had issues with him, and that was a triggering moment. She would then usually say things that were inappropriate. She usually weren't directed at me, she'd actually directed at him. I think what I learned and what I had to explain to him repeatedly is that she's just reacting to hurt from her own past. It has nothing to do with you. She's not looking at you as a person, and you have to remember that everybody has baggage, and at times you have to remember where did it come from, and that makes it a lot easier to keep it from being a personal issue. I do know that if I had taken everything she ever said personally, we would have never made it a year.
And then we still, on the other extreme, have littles that say F you to bigs. Yeah. So month 3, F you. This is not personal. This little has lost adults so many times in their life. Adults that have bailed on them. So this little is testing you.